Sports.
Taken at the goal line. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Ready! Defense is asleep! Press on, offense!
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Down like a lawnmower, baby!
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This is taken at the 15.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Might have needed just 1 more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. First down, here's Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive.
And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the lineman is just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly. Got in there and made the play.
And now after races down the right side. The way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point up and
away. This taken in at the goal line. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Get 6.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. And this throw a bit late.
Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight. You just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now Tua. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. He's going back to this part of the season, and he connects on the field really well.
Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum.
They're double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Tua going to throw. Rifles one. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Past the 20. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Following the interception, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Cousins now. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings have regained the lead. Joseph connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later,
Pay dirt. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather. You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That one caught by Tyreek Hill.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
On 1st and 10, Cousins.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Cousins on 1st down. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes it a 21-10 game. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out come the Dolphins now.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You got that cheat code, offense.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Caught. It's Wilson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. To his right, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw that the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run up the middle with Cohen. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa.
Finds the open target, Arnold. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
So 3 points there to see you have some intricate pressure.
You're happy to take them.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
So here are the Vikings to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook.
And a short pickup to about the 25. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. You got to keep them focused on the task ahead. Make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to steal it back.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36.
Another run now for Nwangu.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The Vikings with a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Cousins. And he's got it. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Not even that. I can't believe what I want.
Now they send a man in motion right. Handoff right side to Wangu. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kene Nwangu, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 20. He will not attempt to return. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Well, we had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night, and then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 72 yards. And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and by Sanders. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Cousins. Hockenson crossing the middle and bringing it in. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Cousins now to throw on first down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And get this down to about the 37. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
This offensive... sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
First down, here's Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Again, it's Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a give running right, Nwangu. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Handoff here to Nwangu. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Slot man moves right. On the run is Nwangu. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1. Just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that because so many times you go into the half after playing well and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson.
72 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now it's Nwangu. And some room to work. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to Nwangu again on first down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Miami.
Okay.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Tua now on first down. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they come into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point and goal by Sailors. And to 28. Mostert out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
It's showtime, baby.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Gun.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins gives way to Cook. And some space here. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there out of Cook. 58 yards. So they had him bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And they will take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they take a knee. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And he'll be brought down at about the 4. He didn't get in, nowhere close. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Here's Tua. That is caught by Cohen. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Tua going to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Cameron Evans. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. The
last two plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And they take a knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends. An under